Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm testing out a makeup technique that I saw Wayne Goss do a tutorial on over the weekend, and it was all about having skin that still looks like skin but still doing highlighting and contouring, but using mainly cream products rather than just powder. So I did also use the powder products. I changed a few things up from what Wayne did in his video to suit my skin and how I like to do things, but I'm pleasantly surprised. Looking close to myself in the mirror with my little hand mirror like this close, yes, I can tell I've got makeup on and it probably does look like I'm wearing a lot, but in saying that, I don't feel like I'm wearing heaps of makeup. I don't feel like I've got heaps of cream products on. I don't feel like I've got heaps of powder products on. My skin feels beautiful. I can't, I watched the video, of course, and was like, is this going to work? And I think it did. So if you'd like to see how I got this really glowy, natural looking skin with beautiful contours and highlights without it looking harsh, then please stick around and watch the video. Okay, so we're starting off with applying a moisturizer all over our face. I'm going to put a generous amount on because we're applying so many products on top, so we want everything to be sinking into the skin and looking skin-like, because that's the whole idea behind this tutorial, is we're applying lots of products but we want the skin to still look like skin. So just putting it on with a damp sponge and just stippling it all over the face right up to our eyes and eyelids. Now we're going to start off with some of the highlighting side of things, and I'm using a highlighting product from Models Prefer. All of the products that I'm going to be using today will be listed in the description box below. So I'm just using a concealer brush to apply the highlighter, which is probably 2 to 3 shades lighter than what my skin tone naturally is. So I've done one section down the middle of my nose and then applying it underneath my eyes in a upside down triangle sort of shape, bringing it right out to the temple area, and also placing it in the middle of my forehead and above my eyebrow or the brow bone sort of area, around the nose because that's normally where you get the most amount of redness, and also on our chin. Now I'm also just going to go back in with a little bit of extra product just to go over those areas so we've got full coverage over those areas and nothing is like peeking through as such. And just taking a nice clean finger, don't forget to use some sanitizer when you're using your fingers, and we're just going to very lightly blend those products into the skin. So we're not actually blending the products out, we're still trying to maintain them in the area that we've actually placed them, but we're just blending out the edges of those products. So just keep on blending them out. Get right up in under the eye area as well. And just tap, tap, tap those products into the skin and press them into the skin. Tapping and pressing motions. And now we're going to use the contouring stick. This is also from Models Prefer. And we're just going to do 2 very sort of light lines using the edge of the brush just down the outside of the nose and just coming around the end of the nose. And we're going to apply it around our hairline and bringing it further in on our temples and then around the hairline. Now if you've got a large forehead, then you can bring this in a lot more. If you've got a small forehead, I'd probably recommend you use only a very small amount of this product around your forehead, just bringing the contour shade right up into our brow bone, and just doing our sucking in lips and just running this right down where our jaw fully comes down to our lips area. So normally with contouring you wouldn't bring it this far, but in this technique that we're using today, it actually works. And yeah, you'll see how surprised I am with the end results. Just bringing it around our jawline as well, and can't forget to have a bit of a snap of how funny we look with these contours on. And again, we're just tapping and pressing this product into the skin. We're not trying to move the product further than what it was actually placed in. We're just trying to tap it and press it into the skin where it actually is. And just around our nose, just very, very gently, barely pressing that product at all, because we will do a fair bit of blending out of that bit around our nose when we come to put our foundation on. And where I'm tapping and pressing the product around the hairline, I'm really going right up into the hairline. So I'm using the NARS All Day Weightless Luminous Foundation, and I'm in the colour Stromboli Medium 3. Now Wayne did actually use a stippling brush when he put his foundation on. It was one of his own brushes, but I really like using the Beauty Blender, and I like how it sort of shears the product out, and I figured that we were using so many cream products on our face that I wanted to use a product that, a tool that would apply a sheer amount. So just bouncing that all over our face. So I've probably put on one light layer now, and just bouncing and tapping that into the skin, going right down around our jawline, right up into our hairline to make sure that everything's all blended in. Now I can still see we've got a bit of a line there, so I'm actually going to, in a minute, turn the Beauty Blender around and use the fat end of it, which actually has no product on it whatsoever, to just shear everything out and make it all blend in really, really seamlessly. So just keep on tapping that product into our skin. So best to use a liquid foundation here. Powder foundation just would not work. So now I'm just using a pressed powder. This is a Maybelline one in the colour Light, and I'm just pressing it over all the areas of the face that we actually just applied the light highlighting product as such. So around under the eyes, through the middle of the face, and over our eyelids as well. So make sure you tap off the excess product, and I was just using an e.l.f. blush brush for that. Now just using Benefit Hoola Bronzer on a Sigma stippling brush, just to go over the areas that we put the contour product, just very, very gently. I think that's probably the best brush to use is a stippling brush, because it applies such a really nice light layer of product. Now to go in with blush, I'm using Milani Luminoso, which is a beautiful coral shade blush, nice and natural and neutral looking. And I'm applying that just on my cheekbones, on my nose, also above my eyebrows, and on my chin as well. So I didn't actually go in with any excess product when I put it over my eyebrows in the middle of my face. I just used what was left over on it. So for highlighter today, we're using a Becca Opal, and just using that on the tops of our cheekbones and our Cupid's bow and down the nose and on our brow bone and just on our inner corner of our eyes, just to bring light to the face. And we're going to curl our lashes now, so just giving them a light curl, and going to apply some mascara in a minute. And I'm using the CoverGirl Full Lash Bloom, just a nice light amount of mascara without it being too over the top, just maybe 2 coats of it on your top and bottom lashes. And we're going to go and put a light sort of shimmery eyeshadow over our lids, and I'm using Urban Decay Sin and just applying it just as a wash of colour over the mobile lid, and then I'm just going to blend it up, sort of not actually above the crease but just into the crease so that there's no harsh lines. And this is just a really nice natural colour. It's one of those beautiful colours that Urban Decay always put out. So just blending that over, and we're going to do our brows now. So just using a clean spoolie, mascara spoolie, just to brush our brows up, and I'm using the Benefit Browser Go-Go, and this is just a powder product, and I'm using the little brush that comes with it, and just going through using both of the colours, the powder colours that are in that palette, and just giving nice sort of natural brow, just working the product through with that clean spoolie, and just going to set our brows in place. And I'm using the L'Oreal Brow Shaper in dark medium. And now for the fun part, we're going to add bits and pieces back to our face that have been covered up. So I just put on some freckles there, and I used a brow pen and just went over it with a beauty blender just to make sure it's all nice and natural, and just going in with a natural coloured mauve L'Oreal lip gloss, and then just setting spray just to make sure everything's all nice and settled down on the face. So what do you guys think? I'm pretty happy.
Thank you for watching my video today. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!